Okay. My name is Hrvoje Petric, not Petric. That's one thing to say. I come from the company named Veracomp, and this is a distributor company, and the main portfolio of distribution is security. So security products in general. One of the top vendors we are actually distributing is called Trend Micro, and yeah, this is I'm going to talk about. Security matters. Whether do you want to protect your environment against exfiltrating the data, whether do you want to be sure that your environment doesn't get ransomware problem, because this is something that is currently a big problem in the world. And this is what I'm going to talk about. Secure cloud workloads, your data, your responsibility. Okay, it is written here that enterprises believe that there is an 80% likelihood that they will suffer one or more successful cyber attacks in the next 12 months. I don't know, have you heard about the story which happened around 2 years ago in Ukraine, where practically entire country suffered against a heavy attack, which was, after a long time, it was an attack that was actually not here, to get the money, from the attacker side. It was purely destructive malware. And where was the idea? 22 banks, 4 hospitals, and 2 airports suffered the attack. 10% of all endpoints in the entire country went offline. ATM services stopped. Point of sale machines didn't work. Basically, the entire country went in some sort of stone age, because only the cash worked, and you couldn't get the cash because you couldn't get to the ATMs, and that's the problem. Which company suffered the most? There's a company, global company in the world for transport called Maersk, and they had an office there, and they were using some sort of account software, and during some regular updates, they received an update which was malicious, and what happened? Everything went down. Maersk suffered with 10 billion of loss in US dollars. 80,000 of their endpoints went down. 150 domain controllers went down. So basically, they needed 2 months to recover from that specific attack which happened to them. And as I said, 10% of all machines in the entire Ukraine went also off. So that's the problem. Cyber criminals are increasingly skilled. 100,000 new unique threats every day. 99.99% of all exploits will be based on known vulnerabilities. What does it mean? They won't exploit some 0 days, never discovered, or maybe discovered a day ago. No, they will try to exploit something that is already known 7 months, 7 days, a week, or even few months, because it's easy to obtain. It's easy to obtain how to actually exploit those vulnerabilities, because you cannot always patch your environment. You will always have the gap in between patch cycles and situation where you are not protected, and that's the problem. So you have to rely on some other solutions. You have to rely, because not only that you cannot, because you lack with resources. Sometimes you cannot patch your environment just because you are running some critical business applications which run on legacy platforms. So if you patch it, what will happen? They will stop working. So you have to find some other solution how to protect yourself. Cyber criminals use normal computing objects to blend in. It's not just only executable files anymore. They use scripts. They use macros in documents. They use some sort of they're trying to, blend in the way. I don't know, have you heard, there is a new form of attack which is happening currently. It's called a supplier swindle attack, where they're trying to, the attacker is trying to mimicate that it is sending an email from your regular buyer or your regular seller, and in email it would say like, okay, if you pay me right now, if you pay me on this specific account that I am now currently sending you, if you pay this, you will get 20% of discount. And what will happen if you pay on this specific account which is being sent? You will get your money will be sent to the attacker side because they are man in the middling in the emails, and that's called surprise swindle. So basically, what is happening? They're trying to get more and more to get your money. So the attacks are going to be they'll even try to use artificial intelligence to get the information to predict the movements of your executives. They will even try to do some sort of physical surveillance, because intelligence gathering is a key. If you get enough of the intelligence, you will know where to attack, where is the best point of entry. So that's the problem. And the idea is to get as much money from you as they can. What you can do? Deep security. So Trend Micro Deep Security solution will protect your enterprise workloads from new threats, from critical threats, from known threats, from 0 days. And it will protect you and still will help you to accelerate your regulatory compliance. The idea behind it. Even though your cloud provider is here, by the way, it's a hybrid cloud security solution, so basically you can use it on both on-premise, as an on-premise solution and as a cloud solution. But the idea, even if your cloud provider, such as Amazon, is responsible for DDoS attacks, their infrastructure that you're actually using as a user. But you, as a user, you are responsible for the hosts there, for your own data centers, for your own databases, for your own hosts, which are you currently using. So you have to have some solution that will help you to protect yourself. How can you do it? All these modules here are blended into one single agent. Not only anti-malware, which is not just an anti-malware. It's a system that can give you not only pattern or pattern-based protection, but also anti-ransomware protection, because it can predict, it can see if there is a process that is currently encrypting your documents. Is this currently happening in your environment? It can see it, because encryption process, what is actually happening? The original file, in most of the cases, Microsoft files are going to be encrypted. So the file will be copied, the original file will be deleted, and the copied file is going to be encrypted. So all that copying and all that deleting will be noticed by Deep Security. Deep Security will see if any process is trying to do such a thing. It will block the process, and it will stop the ransomware activity. Not only that, it will even try to restore the data, because during the time in between, Deep Security noticed that something is happening. Maybe a few files were encrypted, so it will even restore the data of the files that are being encrypted during that time. Web reputation. So basically, if you want to be sure that you are surfing on non-malicious URLs, you will use also web reputation. Not only that, command and control communication also is part of the web reputation. So if you're already infected and the malware is trying to contact command and control server, it will be blocked. Application control. Whether do you want to use some of the applications, whether do you want to whitelist something or blacklist something, it's okay. But you can also say, I want to make an inventory of all of mine applications on my image, and allow those applications which are currently installed and block everything else. Integrity monitoring and long inspection. You can monitor all your critical process in your images, in your operating systems, such as, do you want to monitor registry entries? Do you want to monitor specific files or folders? Do you want to monitor processes? If there is any change that is not authorized, Administrator will get the information, the file has been changed, the file has been modified, please check, something is happening. Intrusion prevention, I told you, you cannot always patch your environment. So basically you have to rely on something else. Intrusion prevention is something that we call virtual patching. So even if your product is not patched by regular patching cycles, you will be protected as your product was actually patched by regular patch. So intrusion prevention is called virtual patch, and it can protect your legacy environments because you don't have to patch it anymore, or it can protect even your new environments because, as I said, patching cycles could take from even few weeks or few months. This is all of what you can do in one single agent. So deep security will help you to be powerful. You will be protected against vulnerabilities, malwares, and unauthorized changes. You will get streamlined, which means not only your new environment, your new operating systems, but also your legacy. And you will be protected on the legacy systems. Your administrators, your IT administrator and security officer would get compliance and regularities okay. And automated, which means that your environment, you would not have to do over and over manual tasks. You can rely on, as cloud services do use auto-scaling. Your security solution can also use auto-scaling. So you won't need to think about it. And whenever you add the new instances, whenever you add new workloads, you will be automatically protected without any additional administrator effort. Okay, so deep security is optimized for AWS. AWS Marketplace. It's simple billing, consumption contracts. Basically, you will see it's on the same bill as your Amazon Web Services. You don't have to think about a separate bill. Auto-detect instances and rapidly protect them, which means, as I said, you don't need to have additional administrative effort if you automate your processes as you want. Broadcast platform and kernel support, which means it's supported. Windows is supported, Linux is supported, CentOS, Red Hat, Ubuntu, Solaris. So you don't have to think about which environment you have. You can always implement the solution. It's very easy to implement. There is step-by-step guide. You can actually be sure that in 10 minutes you are up and ready to use your security solution. Okay, as I said, your cloud provider is responsible for the infrastructure it is giving to you. But you as a customer, you as a user, you need to be sure that your hosts are protected, that the machines that you have actually installed and you are using, that those machines are protected. So, security and protection by Trend Micro Deep Security. Visibility of all workloads from one console. You need one console only, and that's it. You can see everything, and you don't need any additional tools. Prevent known and unknown threats, which means, as I said, not only known threats, but also protected against 0 days, integrity monitoring, which can also see if there is any unauthorized change, virtual patching, which can help you to patch your environment. Automatic deployments, policies and controls, again, automatization, less effort for your IT administrators. And lower operational costs and the maintenance. As I said, your administrators won't have to learn about new technologies, only one is enough. So, agile capacity. Whether you want to expand your current environment, it's that easy. Your system, your security solution will also do scale with your cloud if you want to scale. If you're using if you're using it on premise, some solutions, and you want to migrate to the cloud, entire policies of your security solution, because as I said, it's a hybrid cloud solution, everything what you had on premises will be migrated to the cloud with the same policies and the same protection. And also, if you want to test something, if you have some lab environment, if you have some training centers, and if you want to scale, your security solution will also scale to up, and if you remove something, it will scale down immediately. So flexible deployment, which means software as a service. It's that easy. You just have to create an account, select which sort of licensing model do you want, and that's it. Marketplace, AWS Marketplace. On the same bill as you would receive from your Amazon, you will get the same bill for your security solution. And as I said, it supports Windows environments, Linux environments, hybrid environment in general. So basically, you can choose whether do you want to pay for how much of the workloads you have on your instances, or do you want to pay yearly or annually. Okay, so it's easy to deploy. You can choose whether do you want to pay protected instance hour when you're buying it, or you want to bring your own license. When you click and when you select which kind of the model do you want, it's in the next 10-15 minutes you just fulfill administration account, you fulfill your database information, you fulfill your network information, and in the next 10 minutes, an instance, the entire server or deep security will be up and running and ready for you to use it. Okay, so once you have your server ready, what you have to do, you have to prepare yourself, and because server itself, it's not a protection, it's a server, it's a central place for managing all your agents which you will deploy on all your workloads. So basically, agents are the one who are going to protect your environment. What you can do, you can install those agents manually on every single workload, and if it's too many of them, which usually is, what you can do, you can use scripts in order to, there is a script editor in Deep Security, and you can just select, okay, I want to install Windows agent, and that Windows agent will be part of this group. This agent will get those policies, and the script, when you select and when you click all your requirements that you want, you can just click generate script. Once you click generate script, the script itself will be generated, and you can import it into any, for example, PowerShell, and automatic deploy to all your workloads that are, on the Windows if you created Windows script. Not only that you can see once you actually synchronize with Deep Security, you won't only see the machines that are being protected with Deep Security. You will see all your machine. So you will see all servers in the Amazon Web Services account. From that place, from that console, you can choose and decide and see what are the protected machines, which machines do you need to protect, and what is the best course of action. So, reporting, compliance, all-in-one protection from one single console, and that's the key of Trend Micro Deep Security. Thank you.
Are there any questions? Thank you. Can you tell us more about log inspection? This is a new concept for me.
Sure. Okay, can you hear me? Just a second.
Do you want this one?
Može da.
I can stand here, it's not a problem.
Okay. Log inspection. Log inspection is a way how can you actually filtrate all the security logs, all those security logs from your applications and your operating system. Not only Windows, that Windows event viewer, but all the applications. All the application has some sort of logs. Those logs can be streamlined through the log inspection. They can filter those who belong to security logs, and those logs can be sent either to Deep Security Manager as the console, or the logs can be sent, for example, to the CM. Not only that you can use Trend Micro said, okay, let's use just for the security, but you can also write in the XML. You can also write your own, let's say, logging system that you want, and it can be actually tracked and streamlined to your any CM and whatever you want. Yes, you can pick events that you want to track. Yeah, it's a pretty cool feature. Actually, what I find the most interesting, log inspection and integrity monitoring actually are quite nice. That integrity monitoring that can actually track any unauthorized change on any process on any file. That's pretty much quite a nice feature. Any questions? Yeah, more maybe. Okay, thank you.